If you remember, I had a pallet of 16 boxes there. That is no longer. That is the pallet over there on top of the other pallet, which has a Gaylord on it. So I went through all of those books, and here's where we are. This is what I have up here, and then this is what I have down here. Plus 3 boxes in the bathroom there. 1, 2, 3, if you can see them, of books that are going to go here in the warehouse in this store here. They're going to go here. I'm going to put them out here over time. And then I have 4 boxes in my truck that are going to the bookstore, my second location. And then 2 boxes of books that are going to little free libraries. That's right, little free libraries. I recently, a couple weeks ago, distributed probably a box full of books to various little free libraries. Now I have who knows how many books, a good amount, 2 boxes worth. So those will be going out at some point here because I don't want to lug them around forever. So this is like this stack here is all one author. These are all except for that stack and that stack. These are all by author here. So this one's the best. That is Jim Butcher, which I've sold before. There's hardcover and paperback. I have to see if there's the same titles for both or if there's different titles for hardcover and paperback. If there's different, that's great. It's going to be a really big lot. I'm going to put that on eBay. The rest of these here, this one's Spiderwick. I don't know. I have to look it up and see if it's worth money. This one's this person, Garth Nix. I don't know. There's not that many. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So I don't know if that's worth it. The rest of them, there's not enough to be worth it. Unless, I mean, there's this one here that's got some. But there's only 3 of them. So I don't know if those are worth anything. If that's enough. And then down here, I've got it by author. So this one here, as you can see, is George R.R. Martin, who did, of course, Game of Thrones. I'm going to have to check to see if there's a complete set of anything and if it's worth selling. But that's got a lot. This one here, Brian, last name is Jacqueus. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Robin Hobb, I've got a decent amount. And Robert Jordan, I have a ton. That's all the paperbacks, goes way down there. And this is mostly Robert Jordan, and there's also some Robin Hobbs in there. So I have a good amount of both of those. So basically those 2, 3, 4. Brent Weeks, I have a few, but I don't think it's enough. And then definitely Jim Butcher. So it's probably like 5, 6 lots that I'll look up. The rest of them, maybe 7, maybe that one there. The rest of them, I don't know. I'm probably going to end up just looking them up individually to see if they're selling very well on Amazon. There might be some random ones that are worth money, but I'll just end up putting them in between the 2 stores probably is what I'll do. Also, that's right, I have 2 other boxes here. I've got the Banker's box, which is full, and then this bigger box, which is almost, it's basically full of mostly kids' chapter books. There's a few picture books in there, but most of them are chapter books. That I'm going to put locally in Facebook Marketplace. I should be able to sell that pretty quickly, and that's it. So I'm just going to spend time looking up those lots to see if they're worth it. See if I have enough to warrant trying to sell it on eBay. Otherwise, it's not worth it. And then just go through the rest of them and see, whether they should go to stay here, whether they should go to the other store, or if there's some that aren't even worth keeping if nobody's buying them. It just doesn't make sense. Those will end up going into little free libraries, more than likely. I mean, I could make because most of this is like sci-fi, fantasy, some YA, young adult stuff, which is a lot of it. I could do like a lot locally and try to sell it, but I probably won't because I have a lot of there's a good amount of space here, as a decent amount here, plus the other where the second bookstore has shelf space. So I always want to have back stock, and I'll decide that as I'm going along. But if you remember that those books were all donated, there was also some comic books and some CDs, and these books I'm going to list on eBay. This one is signed. This one, it turns out to be pretty rare. The second Chronicles of Amber. This one as well. Tad Williams, the Dragon Bone chair. So those are all going on eBay. We'll see how they do. And then I have this stack for Merchant Fulfilled, Amazon Merchant Fulfilled. I had a bunch from this author, Sarah J. Maas. Queen of the Shadows, Heir of Fire, Empire of Storms. I have this one, the Dark Elf trilogy, Forgotten Realms. And so what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is the 5th one, which is not going for much, but it's selling pretty often on Amazon. So what is that? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 books for Amazon and 3 for eBay. So that's not bad. Plus some of the lots I'll probably put together. So I'm glad that I finally went through it. Now I'm going to finish up the process. And it freed up some space, of course, over here, which is always nice. And today I got in those CDs, which I purchased for $20. Believe it or not, this entire stack, I think there's 25 of them, are from the Blind Boys of Alabama. If you've been selling CDs for a while, you've probably are familiar with this group. But there's literally 25 different CDs. And there's some other stuff in there that can be worth some money. There's a set there, Django Reinhardt. And then I have these books, which I did a trade for, sort of credit for, which I haven't gone through yet, other than just looking at them. But I haven't looked them up on eBay or Amazon. So those came in as well. So basically tomorrow I'll be finishing up all of this. Hopefully I can finish all of this. That is the plan, is that I finish all of these books, sort it all out. The only challenge is if I'm going to list them, then that's going to take time. So we will try hard tomorrow to finish them, because I also want to take pictures of the new inventory that's going to go out this week, or next week, I should say. So I might not be able to finish it. We'll see. That's the big goal tomorrow. And then if there's time left to go through those books and those CDs, because that's one big lot I'm going to sell, plus some other stuff. So that's kind of where I am. Today is Friday. What is today? The 19th? Yeah, 19th. April 19th, 2024. Was open today. Today was a good day. It was actually a good day of sales. I didn't have a ton of people, but I had some people spend some money, so that was nice. And I kind of find I see that a lot in here, where there might not be a lot of people that come in, but I have enough of a customer base that I will get people rotating in, once a month, once every 2 months, every couple weeks, that kind of thing, so that I get enough business in here, sell some stuff, sold some good amount of records, good amount of books, DVDs as well. Sold a lot of good DVDs today, a couple of box sets. I had all 9 seasons of King of Queens. Somebody bought that whole thing. I had another box set, which I think I've shown you before, which had Band of Brothers, and I think it's called The Pacific, which were 2 HBO shows together. And that I think came from a local buy. Sold that. So yeah, so a lot of good stuff going out. Not too many CDs. A few CDs, some CDs, probably a dozen or more, 15 or so I sold today, but nothing crazy. Haven't been selling a lot of CDs lately for some reason, but that's the thing. It kind of ebbs and flows between different, types of media. Sometimes I sell a lot of books. Definitely been selling a lot of vinyl lately, because I'm putting out a lot of good stuff. I think what I'm going to do too with the vinyl is I have this box, which is all individually priced. And this box has new stuff that's going out. And I think I'm just going to start putting out the individually priced stuff with everything else, which is what I do for all the rest of the media, because it's just not making sense. I'm running out of space, and it's the only media that I do that for. I put all the CDs out, I put all the DVDs out where they're supposed to go, the books, etc., video games. So I started doing that when I first was open, because I wanted to showcase or show off the higher priced records that were, either harder to find or might be more interesting to people. But it's becoming a space issue at this point, so I might end up doing that. The only downside is that then I have to figure out which genres they go into, which is not, too awful, but that's something I'm thinking about doing as well. So yeah, so today was a good day. My other store is open right now. Let's check and see how it's doing. It's a beautiful day here, and hopefully a lot of people are out. And these books came from a longtime customer who used to come every time I was open every month, and then I didn't see him for quite a while, probably over a year, and then I started to see him once in a while, and then he said he was moving and he's getting rid of all his stuff, so he thought of me. So that was, you know, someone that you may have met or made a connection with years ago can come back and suddenly give you 16 boxes of books. So you just never know. You never know what the network you build, the relationships you build, never know where they'll lead. So keep that in mind as you're building your business. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Take care.